Alright, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So last night we did have the Yellow Coin LR reveal. People have been anticipating it for quite a while, but here it is, finally. And it's Paikuhan. I mean, I suppose it makes sense, but I really never expected Paikuhan. I saw some people were saying it, but I was like, that's more like a meme, surely. But no, he's actually here. Now, I was, when I was awake as the details started to drop, but I was genuinely tired, so I was like, yeah, I'll look at him later on. So here we are now. Let's jump into this. I really hope he's really good because of the fact that I mean, he's Paikuhan, right? He's Paikuhan. If he's not like top 10, 15 material, what are we doing? He's got to, I know he's a Yellow Coin LR, but he's got to be insane. He's got to be up there, which should be kind of funny. But as a Paikuhan, unless he has like a unit super or something with Gogeta, like the HL one does. But other than that, I don't know. And like his teams. We'll see what happens. Let's jump into this though. Okay. Oh wait. Oh shit. Oh shit. Really? Now I was expecting the leader skill to go up, but the two. What? It's because the HP? Interesting. In the past, when we were in like the 170 meta, Yellow Coin LRs were 130. When we moved them to the 200 meta, they moved them to 150. So now that we're at 220 for attack and defense with 250 for the HP, it's just 200%. Yellow coins are actually really good leaders now. I mean, it's a lot of HP you're missing out on, but the attack and defense, I mean, it's an increase for sure, but it's not that big comparatively where you're jumping up from like 170 to 200 as you are from 200 to 220. That is really interesting. Okay, so Yellow Coin LRs are actually good as leaders now. I mean, to be fair, these are some pretty shitty categories. Otherworld Warrior Saviors. They also used to be Key 4 leaders, so they dropped it down to Key 3. They must really value that extra key. Because Dokkan Fest, the TURs that have been EZAing, even actually the 7th years, they didn't adjust the percentages at all, but they gave them an extra key. I suppose Dokkan extremely values the key increase. I mean, it's helpful, sure, but it doesn't seem as helpful to me, at least as it seems that they think it is. Okay, that's really interesting though. Let's continue. Basic effects: Key 3, 250% attack and defense, high chance of evading enemy attack, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, physical included, to rainbow key spheres. Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's physical. Okay, I completely glanced past that. Okay. Rainbow orb changing dodge. Interesting. When there's another Otherworld Warrior tournament participant category ally attacking the same turn, all allies key 3 40% attack and defense. That's pretty good. As the second attacker in the turn, Otherworld Warriors or tournament participant category allies damage reduction rate 10% for 2 turns. What? Are you kidding? Oh my god. What? So you want an example of how OP this is? Run double Paikuhan. And then the Vegeta for the Vegeta portion. You can throw in slot 1. He will have 90 Or well, actually, does he have 60% or 70%? He might have 60%. He'll have like 80 or 90% damage reduction with guard. What? That's a 2-turn. Oh my god. That's such an insane ability. The only thing is, yeah, I'm glancing at his links now. They're typical Paikuhan links. I mean, you could get some of them to work with some of these other characters, but not the best. And you do have to run them in the second slot for this, but holy shit, that's an insane buff. Okay, as a second or third attack on a turn, guards all attacks, high chance of forming a critical hit. Launch an additional attack has a high chance of becoming a super attack, chance of evading enemy attack 20%, and then when attacking with 18 or more ki, 150% attack and defense. Goddamn, he's looking pretty crazy so far. 70% dodge, guard, rainbow orb changing, support, damage reduction support. Like, he looks pretty nice. Okay, so he has an active, can be activated from the 4th turn from the start of battle, once only. Gets serious. It doesn't have is that a transformation? Where's, okay, hold on. What do we have here? So he greatly raised attack and defense 1 turn. Colossal damage, greatly lower defense on the 12 ki. Greatly raised attack that's not permanent. That's a 1 turn. And massively raised defense 1 turn. Imagine the rest of that just make a colossal. Like a colossal and greatly lower attack. So he lowers defense. Oh, that's really interesting. Because attack and defense lowering is actually really good now. Okay. Paikuhan. Let him cook. Interesting. Yeah, it's a full-on transformation. Basic effects. Ki 5. 300% attack and defense. Great. Oh, excuse me. Guards all attacks. Great chance of evading enemy attack. Great chance of forming a critical hit. Receives an additional ki 2 per rainbow ki sphere obtained. The rainbow orb changing, physical excluded. Before receiving an attack within a turn, ki 3, chance of evading enemy attack, 10% up. So he has 80% dodge for the first attack, and then after he gets hit once, it goes down to 70%. He still has his guard. When attacking, attack and defense 50% up. When attacking with 12 or more ki, 70% attack and defense. When attacking with 18 or more ki, 100% attack and defense. When attacking with 24 ki, attack 150%. Attacks guaranteed to hit. For every rainbow ki sphere obtained, 30% attack. Chance of forming a critical hit 10% up. So at 3 rainbow ki spheres, he is guaranteed crit. Okay, interesting. So he goes from being like a supporting character to... and this is really interesting. A supporting character who wants to really be like slot 2. Specifically slot 2, so you get the damage reduction support. I look at this guy, and he's actually very... Like, he can be anywhere. You know, he's not locked. Sure, he gets 220% defense on super. But, I mean, guard, 80% dodge. I mean, that's more than good enough for slot 1. Okay. What are we looking like for the SA effects here? I'm gonna need to do this. Greatly raised attack and defense 1 turn. Colossal damage to enemy. Greatly lowers defense. Massively raised attack and defense 1 turn. Mega colossal damage to enemy. Oh, actually, does he, I'm just realizing. He loses his additional, doesn't he? Yeah. And he is doing a lot more attack. He had 250 here. Well, 290. 290 and then 150, as opposed to 300 outright, so it's already beaten. right? And then you have 220, 370 actually, 24 key, 370% attack phase 2. And then this is also a phase 1 buff, Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. So he goes from being like a support defensive character. Because mind you, this is guard with 70% dodge with 20% damage reduction. So he goes from being a defensive sort of support of slot 2 to just being, you can run him anywhere, and he's like insane. He does insane damage. Something that's also worth noting, this is a transforming character. Meaning, now I'm gonna tell you right now, if I have Paikuhan, I doubt I'm gonna summon. Quite simply because I am confident. Like, they gotta know. They can't do anything other than Diama for Golden Week. Like, even if it's something that I've really wanted, like, we get a Namek celebration, we finally get our final form Frieza, not LR, TUR. He doesn't need to be an LR. I'd like that, but he doesn't need it. He just needs a Dokkan Fest. And preferably, go into the, full power transformation at some point in there. Like, that'd be really crazy. I really want that, but, like, I mean, that's just one example. I really, like, they gotta know. They gotta know. They got to know they cannot pull this bullshit. Okay, we need them to actually give us Diama. Legends already has, like, a lot of the big stuff. I mean, there's still some stuff left, but, like, it's still gonna take a while for, like, Sparking to get it, but they're about to get another Diamond DLC drop. We definitely... It's gonna feel really awful if we have to wait several more months, because really we would have to wait several more months. The next available opportunity for them to give us Diamond stuff is, like, worldwide download celebration. Right, so, like, they Tanabata, I don't think it'd really work, personally. Which, speaking of which, I would not be surprised if this is the year that we finally get Universe 6 versus Universe 7 I really think Android Cell Saga could also fit there, but I don't know. I mean, we just got the new cells, so I'm kind of a bit more doubtful at this point. I really do think, though, that they could... I mean, we're getting so much tournament participant buffs. I mean, it has to be intentional. So, I would be very surprised if we don't get, like, Blue Kaioken Goku and Hit this year. But that being said, Paikuhan seems really good. I really like Paikuhan. It's kind of funny, but he actually looks really good. I don't have AGL Paikuhan's link set memorized, but I'm pretty sure this is, like, most of what's there. So if you decide to transform, they are going to link, which is actually very beneficial, obviously, but I don't know how often I'm going to be, like, racing to, transform. I'll have to see what his defense is, because obviously we're going to do the defense calcs here at the end. I'll have to see what they are, like, before he transforms, but from what I see, he looks like he's going to be really good defensively. Maybe not, like, the best, but, like, he's going to be really good defensively. And I have to, like... Me personally, I feel like I'd rather have... Because, I mean, if you're running the Otherworld Warrior team, like, you run full Otherworld Warriors, right? Because, I mean, you need that for this sort of condition here. Like... I mean, you have, Tech Vegeta, AGO Gogeta, Tech Gogeta, like, you have a lot of really strong characters that you can be running. So I wouldn't worry about how much damage, necessarily, that he can do, because, I mean, you already have that covered. The support is really insane. I actually really like him, though. But yeah, we'll cut away. We'll be back. We'll get to the defense calcs. We'll see just how crazy he is. I really like him. They cooked. All right, so we are back. Now, Paikuhan was actually very easy to get Calcs. I mean, he's just very straightforward, which I will say I do like. Now that being said, here we go. This is a sort of base form. I figured, the support condition fulfilled. Otherworld Warrior or tournament participant. It's. I mean, if you're running him, also I suppose I should note, I do have him calced under just like a 400% or 200%, whatever you want to call it, lead. So I mean, he can get better too, but I don't. Does he even like have a like 220 currently? He might be on like Cell's team, but besides that, I don't know if he's even on that, so I'm not quite sure. But Paikuhan, he's really good. You gotta remember, I mean, if you're running him under his sort of condition, right? This is 70% dodge, guard, 20% damage reduction. And you're getting the 2 mil defense. Like, he is really good. It'd be harder, but he could even live like some of the big supers. You just need to get because these are rainbow calcs, so do keep that in mind. Maybe like having like a defensive equip or like other support. Mind you, I do also only have like shocking speed here. He does have like cold judgment. I think. Do some of these others, like Otherworld Warriors, Experienced Fighters, Supreme Warrior, I think some of those, I'm not sure. Those links I'm not 100% familiar with, I'm not even going to lie. I believe some of them have defense though, right? So, I mean, you can get more defense. I figured I'd stick bare bones because the other characters you're running on Otherworld Warriors aren't likely going to be able to give him anything other than shocking speed. So I figured it made sense to do it like that. But this is pretty good. And then we scroll down to Transformed here, right? And once again, he's pretty good. He's very, very basic. He even loses the additional when he's in this form, which is unfortunate, but he is really strong. Essentially, you trade off a supportive character for a character who's going to be doing a lot more damage while being roughly, if not... Like, the raw defense number is higher. He has 10% more dodge for the first attack. But he loses the 20% damage reduction, right? So, it's a trade-off defensively. I think it is, like, roughly speaking, like, worse, though. Yeah, it's very close, though. I just suppose it depends on what you really think of dodge. He looks really good, but like I was saying earlier, when I use this guy, I imagine... For me, I'm most likely using him as, like, having, one on each and the base form. The only thing I can think of would be, like, which this would be really good. I don't think, he doesn't change links at all, right? No, he doesn't. So what you can do... which would be pretty funny and pretty strong. You can transform one Paikuhan, and you'd only have 10% damage reduction. But you could transform one Paikuhan and keep the other in base and just have them right next to one another. And that would be a really strong rotation. I mean, the links they have with each other, like, they would be really juiced. That'd be an interesting rotation. I'd want to try that if I have my own Paikuhan, but it's tough to sit here and justify it when I do think Golden Week's right around the corner. Plus, Yellow Coin LRs are always in the unfeatured pool after their first banner, right? So, of other Yellow Coin LR banners, as well as like Carnival banners, we should be getting at the end of like the Golden Week celebration does have like a part 2 LR, so there is going to be an opportunity to get him there, technically. But obviously, it's pretty rare. But that all being said, I really like him. He looks pretty good. I think I like the base more, but I do think, like, like he's gonna be doing a lot more damage in this sort of form. So if you really need like to finish the fight fast or something, you could. It would potentially be worth like justifying going into this. But yeah, that'll do it here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.